All right, for this pairing, we're gonna taste Sancerre. Legitimately good, or only on the list because it's everyone's favorite white wine? Let's taste it and find out. This is not a great example of a pairing, but it's a great example of how the wine changes. Hi, I'm Tracy Gardner from Pairing Base, and today we're trying to find the best wine for your Thanksgiving dinner. I want you to be able to sit down at Thanksgiving dinner, open up a bottle of wine, push it across to your friends, have them take a sip of that after a bite of food, have them look at you, give you a nod, say, man, that's a great pairing. I want you to do that, and I'm tasting a bunch of wines to try to get you there. A lot of the wines I'm tasting are wines that the internet says are great ideas. This one is Sancerre. Now again, it could be on the list because it's a wine most people love, it's a wine most people know. Some people say that it's on the list because it has some nice citrus flavors and the herbal notes are great, but I don't know if that's gonna work. We'll taste it and see. I wanna see what the wine tastes like by itself to see if I think it has a good chance of being good with this dish. The dish itself is actually mild. It's rich in flavor, rich in texture, but not a lot of seasoning. It's kind of mild. That's the way Thanksgiving dinner usually is. But also, one thing that's interesting about this dish is everything in it kind of hangs around in your mouth. The gravy is kind of rich and heavy, kind of hangs around. The mashed potatoes, rich and heavy. The stuffing hangs around. So I know that you, after a bite of this stuff, you're gonna have this weight in your mouth you're gonna want washed away. You're gonna want a wine that has lots of acid. And Sancerre is known for its acidity, so maybe that's great. But Sancerre is also known for the grassy notes, the herbal notes. And I don't know if that's what you want with this dish. Let me taste the wine by itself and see if I can get an idea if we're gonna be in a good place. That's typical Sancerre flavor. Although this one is a little bit different. There's New Zealand Sancerre and there's Loire Sancerre. Loire Sancerre is usually very dry, high acidity, those grassy herbal notes I talked about. New Zealand Sancerre is usually high acid, but very fruity and expressive. Sometimes Loire Valley Sancerre can be a combination of those two. And this one strikes me as kind of a combination of the traditional Sancerre flavors and a little bit of that tropical fruit sneaking in. And again, I'm left with a lot of minerality here. So we got high acid, good, grassiness, good, a little bit of tropical fruit, and Thanksgiving dinner. Is that gonna be a good combination? I don't think so, but like I always say, I'm open-minded, I love every wine, so if it works, it works. I just can't see it happening. Let's give it a taste after a bite of food. The reason we taste the wine after a bite of food is not just because that's what you're gonna be doing when you decide whether it's a good pairing or not, but because the food, or really specifically the food residual, what's left in your mouth after a bite of food, will change what this wine tastes like and give you a different flavor in your mouth. So the experience you're getting after a bite of food is not the same experience you get when you taste the wine by itself. That's important because a lot of times when people recommend a pairing, they think that the wine is static. They might say, well, the wine has nice lime flavors. Those lime flavors are gonna go well with this dish. The issue is that those lime flavors might be present in your mouth after you eat a bite of this food, or they might not, because again, the food will change the wine and make it something different. So I don't know, I know what the wine is now. I don't know what the wine's gonna be after I take a bite of this food, so we'll see. Load everything up on my fork here. And like I said, I'm getting that feeling now where everything is kind of building up on my palate, in my mouth. A little bit pasty, not in a bad way, but again, there's lots of what I call food residual in my mouth right now that A, is gonna change the wine, and B, I want to lift it. So we'll see what we get now. This is not a great example of a pairing, but it's a great example of how the wine changes. The stone fruit, or the stoniness, was there in this wine. The minerality was there in the wine when I first tasted it by itself, but there were also other flavor elements involved. When I tasted it after a bite of food, all I got was that stony minerality. That is not good. The wine itself is a very nice wine on its own, and with all these pairings, I'm never saying the wine's a bad wine. I'm just saying the wine is not a good pairing. And again, great wine, bad pairing, where it takes me is not where I want to be at all. Internet, what are you thinking? This is just not a good wine with this dish. So let's go on. This is Tracy Gardner from Pairing Base. Please check out the other videos so we can figure out what's great with Thanksgiving dinner. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot.